Dear colleagues, this is a hypermature Morgagnonian cataract. Phacoemulsification of hypermature Morgagnonian cataract is challenging because the nucleus doesn't have any support of epinucleus or cortex. The cortical matter turns into a milky fluid in which the nucleus floats. As soon as the capsule is punctured, the milky fluid comes out, indicating a little higher intralenticular pressure. But the milky fluid can be easily aspirated through the puncture and rhexis can be completed easily. We have started this case. Let us see how it goes. By this time we have made the main incision and one stab incision. We have stained the anterior capsule of the cataract with trypan blue dye. Now the dye is being washed out. And now 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, that is HPMC, is injected into the anterior chamber. The anterior chamber is filled up with this viscoelastic substance. Now one more stab incision is made on the right side of the main incision. Now a 26 gauge disposable needle is introduced through this side port and a small puncture is made right at the center of the anterior capsule, and immediately we can see that milky fluid comes out. This milky fluid can be easily aspirated with a Simcoe cannula or bimanual IA, and the intralenticular pressure drastically goes down. Now viscoelastic substance is injected again. It is again 2% HPMC. And now I am using this visco cannula to fix the eyeball, and I am going to perform Capsulorhexis. It's going to be an optimum sized rhexis at on go. Now here the anterior chamber became little shallow, so I inject some viscoelastic substance and I go again with the iterator forceps and complete the rhexis. That's it. The Capsulorhexis is completed. Now we are going to use Utley cataracts 3 phaco machine in this case. I mean phaco 2 mode. The power is 80% and I am going to do the woodcutter's technique. Woodcutter's technique is I start from one end on equator and using power I go near the other equator and then I do the chop. This is one kind of horizontal chop. Now I go to a deeper plane, hold the nucleus firmly. I must have a very firm grip and I chop the nucleus. So it is possible. Now you can see that the nucleus is hard, and here there is a very tough leathery plate which I could not tear. So these two big fragments are joined to each other by a leathery posterior plate, but it doesn't matter, we can still manage. So these fragments which are attached at the center but free at the periphery are emulsified as much as possible. Here it is. I hold firmly, emulsify from the equator go gradually towards the center, and here it is, where it was joined, that joining tissue has been emulsified. Now this fragment has become free. Vacuum is 450, flow rate is 45 ml per minute. And chamber is very stable, there is no surge. So we have completed management of the nucleus. Now HPMC is injected again. Now I am going to use bimanual IA for aspiration of a little bit cortical matter what is there. There is very little cortical matter on the right side of the main incision, but there are some cells which is sticking to the posterior capsule, which I could not remove it by the bimanual. So I used my 23 gauge Simcoe cannula and I could separate the cells from the posterior capsule. That's it. This is a nice cleanup. Now in this case I'm going to implant a hydrophilic acrylic intraocular lens under irrigation. Here it is. Irrigation is on and the lens goes in. The leading haptic goes into the capsular bag and the trailing haptic also, in this case didn't go into the capsular bag. I had to take help of a Sinskey hook and I dialed the trailing haptic into the capsular bag. Now since there is no viscoelastic substance, I inject moxifloxacin a little bit and just hydrate the side ports and form the antechamber and come out, complete the case. So it is possible to do phacoemulsification very confidently in case of hypermature Morgagnonian cataract. Hope these videos will be helpful in your practice. Thank you very much for your eagerness to watch this video.